Hi boys and welcome to Friday. Today is Friday, May 14th, and we're gonna finish up our insect week with beetles. So we have the very clumsy click beetle, and we have beetle bop. They're the two stories that we're going to read. We have a worksheet to do, well, a coloring page to do that matches our very clumsy beetle. So it's not quite the same, but I did my best. We have a worksheet, let's look for diamonds. We talked about diamonds a little yesterday. And we have a S for summer. We're going to finish off our week talking about the letter S for summer. So they are our worksheets for the day or our projects for the day. So let's start our day in prayer. Dear God, thank you for my mommy, and I just want to say how much I love her on this Mother's Day. Amen. All right, let's do our butterfly song. We haven't done that in a few days. Flutter, flutter, butterfly, floating in the summer sky, floating by for all to see, floating by so merrily. Flutter, flutter, butterfly, floating in the summer sky. Very good. All right, so let's jump into our day, and let's start our day with S, because we've learned about the letter S today. We know that Santino, Sydney, and Sheila all begin with S. We know that if we look at I'm looking at my board over here, suitcase, socks, sandwich, seal, sun. S is for summer. S is for sun, starfish, soap, seal, sock. So our job here is to say the names of each of the pictures and color the pictures that begin with S. So sun, starfish, soap, seal, umbrella, sink, sock, helmet. So when we're looking for S, we're going sun, starfish, soap, seal. So that's like a hiss of a snake, another S word. So we're going to color in the things that begin with S. So let's say them again, and then you can start coloring when we're done saying them. Sun, starfish, soap, seal, umbrella, sink, sock, and helmet. So you can either pause the video or put that aside, but you're going to color in the pictures that begin with S. That's our first worksheet. Our second worksheet is, let's look at diamonds. First, trace the diamond and then find and color 4 diamond kites. Remember, diamonds don't always look the same, because I was telling you that a diamond is a square that we stretch out. And if we stretch a little, it looks one way. If we stretch a lot, it looks another way. So we're going to first trace. I'm going to use gray because gray is the color of the month. And I'm going to trace my diamond on the top. And it might be a little hard to see. This is a really old worksheet, but I'm going to trace my diamond on the top. And of course, I'm going to put my name. And my name begins with S. And then I'm going to trace my diamond. And then it's asking us to find and color 4 diamond kites below. 4 diamond kites below. And remember, diamonds don't always look the same. So I'm going to use my yellow, I think. And we are going to color 4 diamond kites. 4 diamond kites. And remember, diamonds are those squares that we stretch out. So our diamonds could be, our kites could be really stretched out. I see a lot of shapes in this worksheet. I see some ovals, a circle, a rectangle. Okay, and did you know that diamonds can also be called a rhombus? All right, so I'm going to give you a couple minutes, or a couple seconds actually, to finish up and find your 4 diamonds. Okay, I'm going to give you my 4 that I colored in. We see an oval, triangle, a circle, and a rectangle, 4 long sides. 2 long sides, 2 short sides. And then you can see what they were talking about, that is a really stretched out diamond, as well as this one. All right, great job, boys. All right, so the first book that I'm going to read you is The Beetle Bop. And I like The Beetle Bop because it's kind of like you could actually sing a song to it, which I'm not going to do, sorry to say. But maybe Mom and Dad can. Striped beetles, spotted beetles, all over dotted beetles. There it is. Brown beetles, green beetles. They're on the ground. Buzzing beetles, humming beetles, steady drumming beetles. Big beetles, small beetles, crawl up the wall beetles. There's one. Chewing beetles, sawing beetles, noisy, gnawing beetles. Look at that color of that guy. You see more orange, green, and black in him. Round beetles, square beetles, flying in the air beetles. Bark beetles, sand beetles, fill up your hand beetles. Diving beetles, whirling beetles, spiraling, swirling beetles. See how those words are on a mountain. Blue beetles, black beetles, hide in the crack beetles. Glowing beetles, flashing beetles, constantly crashing beetles. Beetles flip and beetles flop. Beetles fly, beetles bop. The end. Okay, so I have this coloring page and I've used my markers, okay, and I tried to make it similar to the last story that we're going to read, The Very Clumsy Beetle. So I tried to make it a little bit like that. But you know what I always say? It's your creation. And in the Beetle Bop, you could see how many different colors, different kinds of beetles there are. So you can surely make this any design that you want. And aren't beetles funny? Because the back of them, it looks like they have 2 sets of eyes. It's kind of cool. All right, so Eric Carle and the Very Clumsy Click Beetle. Let's see what's going on with our click beetle. Take a little drink before I read this. My allergies are yucky, guys. One fine morning, a young click beetle decided to go for a walk. And at noon, it climbed up and down flowers. In the afternoon, it rummaged through a pile of pebbles. And in the evening, it crawled along a tall blades of grass. So here's our pebbles, and he's on top of the grass. And when it turned night, the young click beetle crept up a tree. After a while, it got tired and it fell to the ground and it landed on its back. And the young click beetle tried very hard to turn over onto its feet, but it couldn't. Help, help, it cried. Along came a wise old click beetle who had been watching the young beetle. Tomorrow morning, I will teach you how to click and flip through the air and land on your feet, said the wise old beetle. In the meantime, you may as well go to sleep. Good night. So there he is, upside down, and there's the wise old click beetle. The next morning, the wise old click beetle said, look at me. This is how it's done. First, it turned onto its back, and then with a loud click, it flipped through the air and landed on its feet. Now you try it, said the wise old beetle. Well, thank you. That looks easy, replied the young click beetle. Just then an earthworm stuck his head out of the ground. Look at me, said the young click beetle. And with a loud click, it flipped into the air, but it landed on its back. How very clumsy of me, said the young click beetle. Just then a turtle ambled by. Better luck next time, the turtle said. Keep trying. Look at me, said the young click beetle. And with a click, here's our turtle. He flipped in the air, and he landed on his back. How very clumsy of me, said the young click beetle. Just then a snail slithered by. Don't worry, said the snail, you'll get it. Look at me, said the young click beetle, and with a loud click, he flipped in the air, and he landed on his back. How clumsy of me, said the young click beetle. Just then a mouse scurried by. You need a little bit more practice, said the mouse. Look at me, said the click beetle, with a click. Here's the mouse. He flipped through the air, but he landed on his back. Just then, oh, what is this? A young click beetle had never seen something so big. It could not move. It was so scared. Quick, click and flip, cried the wise old beetle who was watching. The young click beetle clicked and flipped through the air. But this time, it did 3 graceful somersaults. Landed on its feet. Look at you, shouted the wise old click beetle. You have done it. The end. Just in the nick of time, too. It's like the story that we read about the ant, that we decided at the end, did the little boy step on the ant or did he let the ant go? So this little boy comes over and he sees the click beetle just laying on his back. And the wise old click beetle says, come on, come on, come on, you have to get up, you have to do this. and he clicked and he did 3 somersaults and he landed on his feet. All right, boys, that is our day of beetles and our week of insects. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I'm going to post a video link later to a field trip through, it starts with the florist and talks about flowers and where flowers come from and different ways of taking care of them and arranging them. So I'm going to post a link for that later, but it's a fun video. So it's kind of like a virtual field trip. So I hope you have a super weekend, and I'll see you back here on Monday. Bye-bye.